Hey Pisces Ascendant, it's Michelle, your practical priestess here at Divinely Genuine. How are you guys? So I'm here ready to do your tarot reading for the full moon in Pisces happening on the 26th of August, 2018. So I've communed with Spirit, blessed the deck, ready to cut the cards on camera for you. And again, we're using the Tarot Illuminati. And we're using Doreen Virtue's Healing Fairy cards. So before I cut the deck, I want to tell you, sorry, I'm just going to move my speaker out of the way. I did say Pisces Ascendant, not to be confused with Pisces Sun or Moon, okay? So if you're a Pisces Sun or Moon, welcome, and I'm so glad you found my channel. I want to give some astrology in my tarot readings for these moon cycles. So in order to do that, I need to go by the ascendant sign. If you do not know your ascendant, or it's also known as the rising sign, you can Google your natal birth chart and a will come up once you enter your details. You do have to know your time of birth to do so, okay? So you enter those details. You can go to astro.com and they have one there. And AC represents your ascendant. The ascendant will split the circle in half from the ascendant to the descendant, where the sun was ascending or rising at the time of your birth, okay? It's also this first house, which will have a 1 on it, and it's the first house on the bottom of the circle. Okay, so whatever zodiac's in that house is your ascendant. If you use astro.com, there's a key on the left-hand side of the chart down at the bottom that'll list like the sun, the moon, and all of the planets and tell you which zodiac each of your stuff is in. All right, so once you do that, come back to me and find the appropriate ascendant video. Excuse me. If you do not know your birth time, you gotta find it. You gotta work hard to get it, because astrology is based off of that, okay? All right, so I want to say one more thing about that. Basically, the natal birth chart is a picture of the sky when you were born at the exact time, where everything was. We've only been, I always say allowed to know, because I feel like the information was suppressed, but we've only known our sun sign, which is just simply where the sun was when we were born. Very important, yes, but we also have the moon, which is our inner world, and the ascendant, which sets up the entire chart. Anywho, so yeah, find it, figure it out, and then come back. So Pisces Ascendant, our full moon is in Pisces. It's at 3 degrees. So if you have any planets near 3 degrees in your natal birth chart, this will impact you even more so. Depending on which planet it is how it will affect you. It's affecting you guys in your first house of self-identity. It's your ego. It's what you identify with. It's your self-esteem, your personality, the direction your soul is heading. Excuse me. It's self-awareness, okay? It's traditionally ruled by Mars, as it's home to Aries. And, yeah, so you guys could be getting, and you know, Pisces is a spiritual sign, so you guys, depending where your sun is as well, but you guys will be getting, you know, some spiritual happenings in your self-identity. You may be going through a spiritual awakening. You may be having vivid dreams right now, as Pisces also represents the dream world. Okay. It's other realms. It's also escapism and our subconscious. All right. The fly is back. Darn sucker. All right. So we're starting off with the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is reversed. King of Cups represents mastery of emotions. Any cups in tarot represent water or emotions or the water signs. sorry. Being that it was reversed, that's just going to suggest that you need to try a little harder. There's a bit of resistance or block in mastering your emotions during this time. Now, at any point in time, full moons, I mean, at any full moon is what I want to say. Full moons are illuminating and building up the most energy within us, within our mind, within our emotional body, okay? There used to be, what's it called? Psychiatric wards where they would, this was, long ago, where they would lock patients up, or not lock them up, what do you call it? Like put them in seclusion during full moons because they were lunatics, because their crazy was emphasized and coming out at that time. Okay, so it brings all of our emotions to an intense point during the full moon. And then as it wanes, it starts to go down. Okay? Now I say that because you may find this, and obviously you're having a block in controlling and mastering your emotions. Okay? So, being that it's a full moon, emotions are at a high, and being that it's, I'm going to go ahead and turn this down or close these, and being that it's, that's probably a little better, being that it's a moon in a water sign, there's even more emotion to it, and it's in the spiritual house, which, let's face it, like, we live in a world that's very non-spiritual, okay, so a lot of emotions can be coming up, and you may need to just push a little harder with trying to master yours. So I'll let you look at this art while I read you what it says. It's healing emotional wounds, active compassion, care for others, a father figure, emotional activity, anger, heated feelings, mastery of emotions, purity of emotion, a spiritual and caring person with great depth, a guide and therapist, a peaceful, loving individual with strong family values. Okay. Awesome, awesome. Moving right along. Ooh, we've got the Six of Cups. Six in astrology represents the house of Virgo, which is our service to others, our daily task, our daily regimen, the tedious things we have to do each day. Now, being that it's in cups, that also represents emotion. Let's see what we have with the Six of Cups. It's the pleasure of the sun child. It's youthful joy, simple pleasures in life, pure happiness, the inner child, returning to a simpler way of living, generosity of spirit, kindness and gentleness, emotional harmony. You're only as old as you feel, innocence and inexperience. Okay. So maybe some of you are sorry, I'm trying to find the words. Maybe some of you are getting in a new relationship, or have felt some kind of divine love that has been a bit overwhelming, brought you to a state of pure happiness, but then been a bit overwhelming, and kind of caused you to have to master your emotions, and is doing something with your self-identity, because it's such a beautiful, pure happiness. And then we have the Princess of Wands reversed. Okay. Oh, there she was. There she was. Where you be, chickadee? Where? Okay. The Princess of Wands is the fuel of the fire. Instigation of desire, first spark of passion and inspiration. Desire acted upon. Fueling an ambition, making your impulses a reality through application. Somebody with endless energy and passion. somebody starting a project or just getting out for a goal, an object of desire. Okay, now that is reversed. Okay, so what we do have happening that where there's not a block is the Six of Cups. The pleasure of youthful joy, of bliss, of pure happiness, of your inner child coming through. Okay, so something is really sparking your self-identity during this full moon, which is about a 2-week thing. Like I'd say we're already in it, a week before and a week after the actual full moon. And it becomes so overwhelming, I believe, that you're asked to push a little harder to master your emotions, to not go too far out of balance and go into those depths of escapism that we find in Pisces. You want to bring yourself down a little bit and keep it fresh and pure and happy and generous and kind, but don't float away on us. Master those emotions. Or I should say, swim away. Well, you could float in water. I was thinking air. And then we've got the Princess of Wands, which is the fuel of the fire, which is instigation of the desire. It's acting upon desire. It's fueling ambition. Well, it's also reversed. So you may need to push a little harder with what is this triggering in you? What do you need to follow right now that this happiness, where's this happiness coming from? It's within, okay? There's something within that you're seeing that's causing you to have this overflow of emotions and this pure happiness and bliss, whether it seemingly may be from another person, it's all coming from you, okay? So you need to maybe push through and act upon that desire. Push through the block of it, the resistance, and find that instigation. Find that first spark of desire and inspiration, okay? And that may help you to master your emotions, okay? And the Healing Fairies card is laughter. Okay, so it was reversed as well. So you just need to try a little harder. Be happy, be blissful, but laugh. Take it to the state of laughter. Like really getting out that good energy. Oops, wrong book. So, I turned right to it. So the Healing Fairy cards say laughter is what you need. Every cloud not only has a silver lining, but it also has a humorous side. Try to objectively stand back from your situations and find a humorous twist. Laughter will help you see your life from a new perspective so that you can receive creative insights and solutions. You are much too serious about life, according to the fairies. They aren't asking you to neglect your responsibilities, let go of the sacred reverence for life, or defend your emotions with jokes. Instead, you're asked to see the humor that runs through the thread of life. Like a brilliant comedy, our lives become more enjoyable when we can see them through the eyes of a humorist. Laughter helps us to stand back and see ourselves and our situations more objectively. When we laugh, we relax, and when we relax, creative solutions and renewed energy course through us easily. So take time today to laugh. For instance, go see that funny new movie or play, buy a book by your favorite comedy writer, or exchange silly jokes with a friend. Okay? Your affirmation.